Good morning, YouTube, and this is our morning cup of tea. We're going to do a social reading for Silversun. Yeah. Right, not quite awake yet. And today we're using not my usual tea. This is the one I usually use, but we're going to use one with a smaller leaf. So we're going to try that out today. And this is my teapot. If you check out on YouTube, you should see that not everyone uses a teapot, but I do because I'm sort of a little bit obsessed with teapots, and that's why we thought we'd bring this out to show you. This is one of my most beautiful teapots, and it's a dragoncarp teapot. So it's basically a picture of a carp turning into a dragon. That's why it's blue rather than red for fire or something like that. And it's a Chinese symbol of education and becoming, well, better. Turning from a fish to a dragon. Right, take your tea and hopefully a drier spoon than this. And put in 1 teaspoon for every person, and then a little bit for the pot. Pour in your hot water, and be careful. And a little bit more. Give it a little stir. Speed up the process. It usually needs about 5 minutes to diffuse, but we don't really have 5 minutes. And okay, well, I've already done a video like this, and but it didn't go into a lot. One of the most important things I did miss was you'll need to clean your teapot every time you use it. Stuff gets stuck in this bit here, so that's probably the most difficult part of cleaning it. And the more often you use it, the less thoroughly you'll have to clean it, because anything that's left in the bottom won't have been left there for like over a week. So if you're just using it the next day, so it just need to rinse out to make sure it's all clear. Whereas if you used it for, if you're not going to use it for a couple of weeks in between, it's very important to clean it both after and before you use it with hot water. And sometimes when I haven't used it for a while, I get a Brillo pad on the inside just to make sure that all the tea stains and everything are off, because otherwise you're leaving yourself vulnerable to waterborne diseases. Okay, I think that should be alright now. Yeah. When you should note the shape your teacup should be as well, and the water shouldn't drip out from it from where I rinsed it. Yeah. Should no dents or anything, be perfectly round, have a decent reading. And I just got a tea with no tea leaves in it. So the information I got from one of my books, which is always use the first teacup from the teapot, is not very good, because I have absolutely no tea leaves in them. So always go with there's no tea leaves in it. Very good. As you can see, it's hard to judge how much water and things are meant to put in. So it's another thing that comes with practice about doing this. It's learning how to pour a cup of tea from a teapot. So
once it's cooled, drink it tea.
And another thing I didn't point out in the other video is you can add milk if you want to. I usually don't drink it with milk.
Sugar.
And sugar. Some teas taste better with it, some teas taste better without, and I think this is probably one of the ones that will make milk. I won't need sugar. Right. This is Darjeeling, which I usually use. I used to use Earl Grey most of the time, and apparently Taylor told me this is the champagne of teas, and I love it. This is just ordinary red label. I've got another ordinary red label from a different supermarket, and they both taste pretty bog standard. But one of the most important things is the size of the tea leaves. I prefer to have them larger, but today we're using tiny tea leaves. I also have downstairs, not up here, a little pot that's meant for keeping tea in, but I haven't got it upstairs because I didn't want to use that brand of tea. It tastes, the weirdest thing about the tea is it tastes like spaghetti. I don't know what it is. Hello, and we're back to, she's just finished drinking her tea and swirled it around 3 times, turned it upside down, and then we've got a reading. And I'll just do the same with mine. So it's 1, 2, 3. What will my fortune be?
Anyway. Right. So here's my one, which I've already filled. I'll just use this. I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, so I've got you might not be able to see it, I've got sort of a semicircle and and kind of like a fish or something. I'm not 100% sure yet though.
So it looks like sort of half between a snake and a fish. So we're saying it might be a dragoncarp, but we'll have a look. I think we might be thinking it's a dragoncarp just because we've got a dragoncarp out here.
The thing with the tea as well, you've got to keep turning your cup around and looking at it from different angles.
There are lots of videos on YouTube that will tell you this. I do my readings slightly different from what I've seen other people do. Of course, you most likely know, start from the handle, work your way around, and the closer to the handle, the closer you are to you. So in your personal social spheres, the furthest away is the furthest away from you. And I always think that as the closer to the top, the sooner, and the further down, the further to come. So I've heard it the cut described differently, but that's how I found it in my book. And give me 1 second, I'll just find my book. And this is the book I use. It's only a little one. I picked it up in a charity shop, and ever since that day I've been absolutely in love with the idea of tea leaf reading. And so it's not something that somebody else suggested I should do or anything like that. I just picked up a book and thought, oh, that sounds cool. And that's what I've ended up doing. So I'll probably write in the description the name of the author and the title of the book, because it's quite hard to see. But you've probably seen the book before if you're interested in tea leaf reading. Because there aren't many books. I've seen about 3 out there specifically on tea leaf reading.
Right, so we're going to look at Rowan's cup of tea. So that's what it looks like.
It's quite unclear.
Um,
Mine's very centered about the bottom.
so it's all going to happen far away with other people.
A Pluto. Mm-hmm.
As Rowan said in the previous tea leaf reading, he doesn't really have it, so I usually use my imagination to see the pictures.
I'm not very good at seeing them. I'm getting better, as I've blogged about.
And the line.
Yeah, that also. Here's the Pluto. There. Sort of also looks like a. Oh yeah, it looks sort of like a scarab Pluto.
There were scarab beetle and a lion. So quite there's two creatures. So I think maybe he connects them.
Lions are symbols of bravery. I'm not sure what the scarab's actually a symbol of, so I think I'll look that up on the internet. And that's something you can do if you see a symbol in the tea leaves. Look it up on the internet, and you'll probably be able to find something. So it's very easy, and it just takes practice, and you just build up and build up a repertoire of symbology.
Okay, so we hope we've given you a good introduction on tea leaf reading. Sorry I've been a bit quiet. It's still early in the morning today. So don't forget to check our other blog, which we'll probably be putting a post up going into more detail on tea leaf reading symbols on there shortly.
Peace out.